Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Crystal City Watches podcast. Today, we are talking about divination and mental health. And so, we are going to let Ariana kick us off to say a few words and get us jumped right into this episode. So, Ariana, my dear, take us away. Let's do it.
Hello. Hello there. Thank you so much. Thank you for the beautiful introduction, Jax. If you see me looking down, it's because, well, you guys already know me. I take notes. I got lots of notes. So today's episode, as Jack said, is all about divination and mental health. And if you recall in a previous episode when we talked about, I believe it was episode 13, when we talked about divination tools and practices, we did talk about like mental health and divination. We didn't go too far into it, but we did say, oh, it could be talked about forever. Well, let's talk about it forever. I mean, no, literally, let's talk about it forever. But let's talk about it for 30 minutes and then spread the word. Okay. But I just want to reiterate from that last podcast episode that mental health and divination need to go hand in hand. Okay. Mental health care. You need to be caring for your mental health. Just like anything else, you can get addicted to divination, okay? You can get addicted. People are like, what? What do you mean? Well, you can get addicted to cigarettes. You could be addicted to alcohol. A lot of people are addicted to caffeine, even though they don't want to think like that. But, caffeine is a major addiction. Divination can also be an addiction. Feeling like, you just see, I'll give an example. Like right now, my cards are right here. I could ask a question. I could ask anything. I could have any answer, but sometimes the answer is I already have the answer that I need. Or sometimes the answer is I need to be patient. Or sometimes the answer is something I completely do not want to hear. And I need to be grounded enough to take in that information because you're not always going to hear what you want to hear. And I say that as someone that does readings for herself, but also that someone that gives readings to others. Like, I really promote mental health care to my clients. I don't want them out here just throwing their money all over the place, but like playing games with their mental health. Like, no, like if you're watching this and you've gotten reading from me, maybe I have advised you on like, okay, like instead of coming to me for a reading so often, take the time to sit with the information that you already have, sit with the feelings that you already have, and see what kind of answers come to you naturally. Because my job, to me, is to help you grow, to help you elevate, and to help you develop your own intuition. It's not for me to be like, you can't put a quarter into me and I'm like, I'm gonna tell you your future. First of all, it wouldn't cost a quarter. All right? It would not cost a quarter. But like that's really not my avenue. That's not what I do on a frequent basis, at least like maybe not for clients, maybe just for myself. But, I just feel like it's just really important to take care of yourself. We talk a lot about like taking care of your body and taking care of your mind, and divination ties into that. So let me look at my notes. There's a truck passing by too, y'all. If you hear it,
No.
if you hear the brakes squeaking, it's because they need some oil on their brakes. um, but basically, I want to hear like your thoughts on this, Jax. Like, what when it comes to like divination and mental health and maybe things that you've noticed either within yourself or the collective outside of you, like how do you feel about these things? Like what really perks your ears up?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like a lot of times, in talking with you more about this off camera, it seems like people are using divination like a magic 8 ball. And for, maybe our younger viewers, they don't know what that is, but anybody that's around our age or a little bit older knows what a magic 8 ball is. Like this toy that you would, ask a question, shake, and then you flip it over and it would have like a yes, no, maybe, like other, for certain answers. Um, you
Yes.
have a magic 8 ball. I love that. I love that. Yes, so yeah, I feel like a lot of times people are using divination and like tarot readings as a magic 8 ball, and that's not really in my opinion, what tarot should be used as, or divination tools should be used as. You know, I mean, of course you can ask like silly little things and, dumb, quote, quote, dumb questions. But I see divination as more of an information gathering and to help you, you know, process like your own intuition and your own feelings about something in order to make a decision, in order to move forward and take aligned action in something. And it's, you know, like we were talking about this off air about Kim Kardashian using divination for her bar exam. And it brings forth like this thought process of, well, did you study? Like, did you take the action? Like, because it could go so many different ways. The cards only see, one avenue. So if you're studying really hard for something and you're like, oh, well, I passed. Well, if you take that, if you continue studying, then yeah, maybe that's the path that will, be brought into fruition. But if you just stop studying, then it changes the outcome. So I think it's really important to, like listen to your own intuition and take the aligned action that you want the outcome to be. And not just rely on, a divination tool to tell you all the things you need to do and all the things you know. A lot of times that's within you already. So that's my just little thoughts on that.
No, that was amazing. And I do agree with a lot of what you said, cuz yeah, like yeah, you can, like, okay, for example, I did some free readings on my Instagram story yesterday. Follow me on Instagram, y'all. And I did yes or no readings. Certain questions I will not take. Like, will I pass my exam? Okay. I don't care for that question because, as you said, like, you getting a yes could cause you to just be like, oh, well, I'm good. I don't need to study. I don't need to apply myself. Like, the card said I'm fine. It's like you have this answer and it's like everything else goes out the window. Like, rationale goes out the window almost. Like, no, you do need to continue studying. What if the card said no? Are you going to study harder? Like, either way, you need to be applying yourself. Like, divination is still going to be action based at the end of the day. Like, you need to, like, I feel like, and this is something that I've picked up on being on other platforms, like doing divination, but like a lot of people just, they want you to solve every aspect of their life and they do not want to put in any work. And those are the clients that I personally do. I'll probably service you like the initial time, but something's going to feel off to me and I'm not going to want to service you, which is fine. And I tell people I can refuse service to anyone at any time for any reason. Okay, if it doesn't feel right, it just doesn't feel right. I'm just not going to take your money to take your money. Like, that's not cool to me. That goes against like my ethics, my morals, and that's definitely something that is not debatable. Like, I'm sticking to those things. So, that leads me into like the importance of knowing when to get a reading and when not to get a reading. Like, especially, no, not even especially, because I was going to say especially when you're spending your money. No, because like there's a lot of communities where you can just get free readings. Like on Reddit, there's a lot of places to get free readings. And it's just like, one, be safe with that because you shouldn't be, not everyone needs to read for you. Not everyone should be all up in your energy. Some things are meant to be solved by you solely, and you're wondering why things aren't working out. It's because you're not doing the things that you need to do. You're not doing the things that you're being like nudged to do, and you have to take those steps. You have to open those doors. Like, spirit is there to support you, but spirit's not going to do all the work for you. um
Right.
and that also takes me to thinking about like knowing when not to get a reading. Like,
Yes,
If it
tell our listeners.
doesn't, if it really, okay, like someone came to me for a reading and they were asking me about a job. And I'm like, okay, cool, career reading. We don't get a lot of those. Yay. And they're just like, I want to know what my next job will be. And I'm like, hey, can you rephrase the question? Like, I don't really resonate with that question. I don't vibe with it. And they're
Yeah,
like, yeah. So they rephrased it and then they gave me context. And I was like, wait, what is the point of your question? Because, they're asking about a new job, but they're saying how happy they are at their job and they want to stay at their job. So that stumped me because I'm like, this sounds like you don't actually know what you want. If you're really happy where you're at and things are going really well, the pay is good, like, why are you inquiring about something else that you technically don't even want or need? Because then she's like, oh, can I ask another question? Sure. How do these people around me feel about me at work, And I would say, like, that was, these are energy exchanges. And with energy exchanges, it wasn't a fair one. I think I had to block the person because, it was a free reading and all. But in energy exchanges, I asked for a review. I give people 48 hours to write the review, or I will block you because that was what we agreed upon before the
yeah,
transaction. So I just want people to also realize, like, that divination is really cool. I really love divination. I'm a diviner. I'll scream it from mountaintops. But I do know that we just can get a little carried away as humans. And, as you were saying earlier, like, the using divination wisely, I will say that learning to use it wisely takes time. And if you're not there yet, that's okay. You can grow into it, but it's important that you're paying attention to maybe those red flags. Like, okay, another example. All right, I asked about Timmy, and I haven't talked to Timmy in 5 years, and Timmy is married with kids, but I want to know if Timmy is going to come back to me and we're going to reunite and be married and stuff. And it's like, that's really unhealthy. Like, you should not be inquiring about this person. I don't even like take readings if you're asking about someone in a relationship. Like, that's so invasive to me. Like, that's none of your business. And this is where, like, boundaries come into play, because I feel like when it comes to divination and boundaries, people just throw that shit out the window. Like, no, the boundaries especially need to be here. Like, there's just certain things you don't need to know, and that's okay. Like, sometimes I give readings and I'll be blocked from certain bits of information. And it's because, like, hey, you know what? You're supposed to find this out when you're supposed to find this out. Like, you're not supposed to have a sneak peek. You're just supposed to be patient and let things flow, because whatever I could say in this reading could shift your mindset, and you're like, oh, well, I'm gonna do something a little differently, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that. It's just, it's a lot.
I would love to add to that too. I mean, a better question to ask, like if you're having a hard time getting over somebody and you're trying to ask, oh, are they going to come back to me? That might not be the best question to ask. It's not necessarily a question that you want to ask, because you parted ways for a reason. A better question to ask, a better question to have a diviner, help you with is, how can I move forward? What are the things that I may not have seen in this relationship or scenario that need to be brought to my attention? How can I heal from this? How can I move forward? And that can assist you, moving forward. And if it's right for you, that situation, that relationship, it will come back because you've done the inner work, you've taken care of your mental health, you've done the things that you need to do. And so rephrasing the question in a way that empowers you to take action versus like just trying to attract the situation that might not be right for you. So that's just what I wanted to add on to that, and I feel like good diviners, with ethics and morals like yourself are the people who provide the information that is needed in that moment, the instruction manual, but you're not going to build the bookcase for them. They still have to take the time to apply the lessons in order to build what they're wanting to build. And that marks a good diviner, a true, guide and assistance in your life and your mental health is taking ownership over your own life and applying the lessons and the information that you receive. Because not everybody's just going to want to, you know, just do it for you. I know a lot of people just want things done for them, but at a certain point, you've got to take ownership and you've got to do it yourself. That's the only way you grow, and it's the only way that you build any substance. So that's just something that I want to highlight for our listeners is that, if you're going to, getting a reading or having some kind of divining work done, is that you take ownership of your own life and you know what you want and you get the instruction booklets and information to take the next steps of your. I mean, would you say you agree?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with what you were saying. I feel like that was some really solid, like, helpful advice. Like, sometimes, like, it's not always what you're asking, but it's how you're asking. Like, sometimes you need to rephrase it in a way that is beneficial to you and not harmful to your mental health, bringing it back to, like, mental health care. Because asking about that person that you were in love with and in that toxic relationship with, and you guys have been over for like 7 months, and you like subconsciously know you're not supposed to go back to them, but you keep getting readings on them, that's really not healthy. And once again, I am the type of person, if you come to me with that, I will decline your reading. I will just refund you. And I really don't even offer refunds, but like if it doesn't feel right, I'm not keeping your money for nothing. Like, take it back, take it back, keep it please. And I will tell them like, okay, hey, like, I'm not comfortable with you booking for me with me, like maybe you can message me again in the future and we can see about that. But that's about all I can offer you, because I'm not going to take advantage of you. I'm not going to prey on you like that. And okay, I do want to highlight, like, not everyone with a deck of cards is like a diviner. Um, I find them to
Yeah.
be kind of like, they can intersect, but they're also kind of separate. Like, sometimes that's just a person with a deck of cards. Sometimes they don't know what the hell they're doing. Sometimes they're not grounded. Sometimes they're not in tune with they're not in tune with what you are meant to be in tune with. I want you to know that not everyone with a deck of cards is mentally, emotionally, or spiritually grounded. Not everyone with a deck of cards needs to be reading for you. If someone makes you feel like you need them, like, to survive, that's not the person for you. And honestly, you should just block that person, because that's weird as hell. And I had someone do that to me when I first started getting readings. It was like, it was sent to my email, and I just felt like a dark cloud over my body for like a month. And in the reading, she's like, yeah, you have a curse on you. You need me to get it off of you. And I'm like, whoa, 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 lady. Block, bye. But I just felt weird as hell for the next month. Like, I just could not shake the feeling. It did not matter what I did. And I'm fortunate for having those moments early on, because I got to learn a lot of lessons real quick. Like, and also, like, another story. I got one day, I was really sick. I was on medication. I remember being on Twitter and I was bored and I didn't have anyone to talk to. So this guy complimented my art. So we're like talking. I'm like, he's like, oh, is that from this anime? And I'm like, oh yeah. And he's like, oh, do you want to trade a reading? And I'm like, okay, for sure. I'm brand new. And the signs of me not needing to get a reading from him were very apparent, very, very fast. One, he tried to tell me I was a deity reborn. That was crazy. He told me that he saw like a long hair float, like a long haired man coming into my life. And he's like, that long haired man is me. What? went to his profile picture, he didn't have no hair. Sir, so if you're gonna insert yourself into something that has nothing to do with you, at least fit the description that you're giving. You should have been like, I see a shiny bald head coming towards you. Like, okay, yeah, for sure, it might be you then. But no, that was so foul. And if you feel like you are being taken advantage of by someone in the divination world, please speak up about it. Reach out to somebody. Reach out to us if you have to, because that is not okay. Like, you're the reader, the diviner, the mentor that you're going to want. They should not make you feel like you need them, that you have to depend on them, and there should not be some crazy power imbalance. Like, if you feel unsafe, please speak up. Like, please stop engaging with that person. Like, even if they threaten you with a curse or a hex or something, just please go. Um, Protect your peace, protect your mental health, protect your pockets. Like, I just I've heard about a lot of horror stories about people getting taken advantage of, and it's just never gonna sit right with me. And it's just protect your peace, protect your sanity. And speaking of protecting your sanity, I just want to say, and I have seen an increasing number of this. I talked about this online. It is actually highly irritating to me. But ChatGPT is not your personal reader or diviner or intuitive best friend.
Yes.
ChatGPT is not intuitive. ChatGPT can only offer you what it was fed, okay? Which is mainly shit stolen from other people anyway. Like, it's gonna tell you what you want to hear because it's not designed to do anything otherwise. Like, you're coming to it with your problems, and I see people posting full spreads, like full, like, this is the reading I got from ChatGPT, and it's like, that's insane. And they're like, it's so intuitive, and I'm like, it really is not. Like, there's really nothing intuitive about it. Like, and that's unhealthy. It's like, me and my therapist were talking about, like, ChatGPT is there to validate you. Some people are using ChatGPT as a therapist now. And sure, there could be, maybe I can't see an upside, so I'm not even gonna lie. But like, in a lot of situations, you don't need to be validated. Like, if I do something wrong, I don't need to be told like, oh, it's okay. Like, if I ran over like my dad's foot, do you think that's okay? Like, it's fine. Just get over it. Like, no, that's wrong. That's very
Yeah.
that's very wrong. That doesn't need to be validated. I did something wrong. I need to be held accountable for it. And ChatGPT is not designed to hold people accountable. And I
Yeah.
just want people to know, like, if you are gonna get a reading, maybe you want to invest into your own deck of cards. Maybe you want to invest into your studies. Like, investing doesn't mean you have to spend money. It means like spending time, energy, effort, stuff like that. Okay. Maybe you want to find someone trusted that you can get readings from. Maybe that means like, oh, I read a reading today. Maybe you spend your time looking around, look at the person's website or look at the person's post, see if you like vibe with them, look at their reviews. Like, we want instant gratification a lot of the time when we don't need it. And it's important that we just start realizing that. And it's not about being hard on ourselves, it's about being realistic with ourselves. And when it comes to divination, that's just important. You know, me and my magic 8 ball, yes, it's important.
Love that. But yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, you can learn a lot about a reader from looking at their posts, their website, looking at the reviews and listening. Most importantly, listening to your own intuition and your own, internal alarm system. Because, like you said, not a not everyone has the best intentions. Not everybody is going to tell you what you actually need to hear or that is
Mm-hmm.
coming from a source.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody is grounded enough to do a reading for you. Oftentimes, they will have
Mm-hmm.
information it for them and not for you when they're doing the reading. So being careful of selecting the right person and not using ChatGPT or other AI as a means to get the correct information. Like you said, it's only going to feed the own information that it gets from other sources back to you, and that's
Yeah.
not necessarily true. I feel like we've seen the posts where, somebody has posted an exchange with ChatGPT and they've known the correct information, and ChatGPT has given them the wrong information. Has been like, oh no, this is 100% true, and then they've corrected the AI, and the AI is like, oh yeah, my bad. And it's kind of the same thing with using it with divination. It is not yet a sentient being. And it's only programmed by the information that it receives. And so being really careful about that and being careful of the people that you select to do readings for you. Because not everybody's grounded, not everybody's giving you the information that you need, that's given to them by, divine source. And it can very easily turn into a situation where it's like energy harvesting or putting energy over you in order to like lock you into what they're trying to gain from you, whether that's monetary or energy or whatever. So yeah, just to reiterate kind of everything you've already pointed out, it's very important to find somebody with actual ethics and morals, and not using AI.
Yeah, I while you were talking, I actually thought of something that happened to me. Since I'm on a new platform, I like to support other readers, so I booked with someone. And upon further inspection, like, because on the platform you make a post, you write out everything, she uses AI. And I finally realized it because one, I'm like, there's a lot of M dashes, there's a lot of random hashtags. The hashtags don't even get used on this platform. Um,
Yeah.
and it's like the way that it's written, I'm like, it's not written by a human. So I was thinking, but I was like, was my reading that I got that I paid you for, was that AI? Because I was thinking about it, some of the cards hold, like, one, she does like yes or no, and she uses tarot. Do I recommend that? No, not necessarily. I prefer to use oracle cards for that. They're more straightforward. Tarot has a lot of nuances to it, but some of the definitions of the card, like, oh, this card came out reversed, this means like you're healing and you're healing from heartbreak. Actually, the card reversed doesn't actually mean that at all. It's actually kind of the opposite, and it's more like internal feelings. So I'm like, you know what? I blocked her today actually, because I'm like, I can't trust you. Like, I paid you money. I paid you like $20. That is a lot, okay, in this economy, because I wanted to like show support to other people, but some people aren't even showing support to their collective that they're servicing. Like, it does not make sense. I will never, like, now I know more of what to look for so I can be wiser in the future. And that was very unfortunate, because like, what is the reason? That's so inauthentic. Like, you can't give me a reading. Like, you're literally typing in questions in the chat GPT and then giving me the answer and then maybe deleting a few things to make it look more authentic. No, that's a scam. That should be illegal technically. Like, and on the website that I'm on, like, some places will tell you if you're caught using AI, we will ban you. And I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, all right, cool. Like,
I think people are paying for the expertise and the gifts that you have honed and that you've learned. People want to pay the person, not the machine, because any machine can just spit out information. They're paying the person and the expertise and the gifts. It's an energy exchange,
yeah.
and that's kind of why you felt aggrieved in the situation, because you're not actually getting the time and the effort and the gifts and the honed abilities of that person giving you a reading. You're just getting you're basically just feeding it into an AI machine, and it's that's so disengaging. in my opinion. I feel the same way. Yeah.
I agree. I absolutely agree with you. Like, I feel like once again, this is a topic that can go on and on and on because thoughts will just keep flowing. But unfortunately, we're almost at our, I think we're at our 30-minute mark actually. So, boo.
We'll leave it off for today. And obviously, if you guys have any questions, drop them into the comments. Connect with us on Instagram or Threads, or drop us an email, and we will help you to the best of our ability. We welcome the feedback, we welcome the questions, we welcome the input. We want to hear from you guys. We love that you guys have tuned in to another episode. We're very grateful to be building our audience, our community with so many incredible women and so many amazing listeners. So we're very grateful for you guys to be here with us today.
Love you. Love you so much. And we will see you in the next episode. Thank you for tuning in. And before you leave, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss another video from us. So see you in the next one. Bye bye.